Welcome to Biz Dev Live. My name is Cameron Toth, and I am so excited to bring you the amazing Sean Lashley. He is the CEO and founder of 10K Cards. We're going to get into how he's taking over Clubhouse, how he is just a ball of energy and ready to storm the world. We're going to get into all that and more. We're going to get into his story, how he's leveraged reading to really be somebody of impact, to be somebody that is just an amazing resource. He is captivating, he is entertaining, and again, he's taking over Clubhouse. So if you don't know what Clubhouse is, stay tuned. We're going to get into it all after the Biz Dev theme.
Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.
So Sean Lashley, he is an entrepreneur. He is somebody that is connecting people through his 10K card platform. Somebody that, you know, is just captivating. And I did a one-to-one with him. And just to tell you, you know, the strength of his character, my wife doesn't want to come on camera ever. She's just shy. She's camera shy, doesn't want to talk about it. And he was going through birth dates. And if you know Sean Lashley, for his digital cards, which, you know, on the Clubhouse platform is coming in particularly handy these days because you can link up your Instagram and your Twitter to that platform. It's iOS only, invite only, but there's a ton of people on it and there's a ton of value there. So it's really an incredible platform. And one of the things that's a kind of a trick of the trade in there is to have a link in your Instagram or your Twitter bio, but particularly your Instagram bio, because a lot of people are on Instagram and use it actively. That is the millennial tool of choice, it seems. I don't love Instagram, but I utilize it and use it. And so I put that link in my bio, and you can go to everything Cameron there. There's the shows, there's the LinkedIn, the Facebook. You can actually add my contacts to your address book through this digital card. So we're going to get into all of that and more. I am waiting for Sean Lashley to actually log into the back end of StreamYard here. So hopefully he'll join me here. I'm going to try to phone him in, and maybe we'll get him going through the phone until we can actually get his presence on camera. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm really excited to talk to him today.
Cameron, it's showing me that I'm in on my phone, but I cannot hear a word you're saying.
All right. So listen, I don't have you in. So we're going to do this audio only right now. People are looking at me, but they hear your voice. I'm going to ask people I'm asking people that are watching live just to let us know that you can hear Mr. Sean Lashley. Make sure you don't have the show going on the other end there, or else we'll have the echo going, so you can hear my voice. So tell us, Sean, who you are. I'm going to put your photo up on the screen so that people know who you know, who's talking and all that. But go into it right now and tell people who you are and what you do, and then we'll get into your story, and hopefully you'll figure out the technical, and we'll get you live on the screen here in a moment. Go ahead.
Very good. First of all, good morning, everyone. My name is Sean Lashley, founder and CEO of 10,000 Cards. I'm the guy to put all your complicated communication problems in place. Example of what you're experiencing right now. Had Cameron been on Zoom, we would not be having this problem. All right, guys, basically, I've been extremely blessed about 6 years ago to really understand my personality based on my birthday. I've been testing it out for 4 years. I've been trying it with friends and family with 100% accuracy. And on January 26th, which is in a couple of days, I'll be holding a live broadcast for 12 hours, bringing family members on stage, bringing individuals on stage, and basically sharing with them what I know about the numbers and how it applies to them. Now, why am I so passionate about this? Is because I know everything that you want to achieve in life, you can. There are no barriers as to what you want to have. Just make sure they're not incompatible. There's a price to pay for everything you want. So you have to be very clear on what it is you're trying to achieve. All right, with that said, I've met Cameron a couple months ago, sorry. And I came in with my bullish ways of selling and interacting. And Cameron said, Sean, slow down for a second. I want to give you a challenge. I want you to sell with a story. Share your story. I looked at Cameron as though he had like 3 horns on his head because I didn't understand what he was saying. It's like, I'm Sean. I'm into sales. It's what I do. But it took about a week for me to really listen to what Cameron said and put it into work. After putting it into practice, not only my ROI has increased tremendously, but what I found is just by having a conversation, your clients want to buy what you're selling. And Cameron, I have to give you a lot of credit for that. I'm going to give you a public shout out on that one, because that has completely not only changed the game for me, but it has opened up doors to industry leaders. Like, I'm involved in a lot of private groups on Clubhouse right now that is not even going to show up on the radar. And these are the groups that's actually making things work in Clubhouse. Am I on track so far, Cameron, or am I rambling?
No, you're doing good. So talk to us about just a little bit. I explained the digital card, but you can talk to the digital card thing, and then definitely talk about the Clubhouse takeover. But maybe mix in, because you're talking about the story. So let's include some of that story. Talk to us about your background, how you've educated yourself, how you've built yourself up to this position to take advantage of the market and the opportunity that's happened right now.
Okay, so going back to when I was 9 years old, guys. When I was 9 years old, I was originally born in Guyana. At 9 years old, my dad moved me from Guyana and he took me to the Caribbean, to Antigua. The reason he moved me at the age of 9 years old, I'm this same ball of energy, but completely out of control at 9 years old. So I had only 3 likely outcomes: prison, leading the gang, or death. Now I'm looking back, the only gang I would have been leading was the country as being the prime minister. All right? Then another pivotal moment. When I was 13 years old, my dad gave me $250 to go shopping. I came back home with a designer pants and a shirt. That's it. The money was finished. He cursed the crap out of me. And in that moment, I realized if it's not my money, someone can have an opinion on it. I took $5 that I had remaining and I bought a dishwashing liquid for $4.95, talking about going all in. And I took that $4.95, bought a dishwashing liquid, got a piece of sponge and a bucket. I started a car wash. 7 years later, I made a $250,000 expansion from $5. So that's just to give you a perspective as to why I'm so all in on being who you are, based on who you are, getting what you want, again, based on who you are. Too often we're told that we're someone other than we know on the inside that we are. So I made a decision at, I'm now 39, let's say at approximately 33 years old. My first marriage was not the most healthiest, and I've changed within that marriage. I wasn't the loving, caring, sensitive gorilla that I really am. And that's right. And I decided mentally to take a 5-year retreat. I was going to travel the world for 5 years, having no responsibilities, just living and loving and having fun and coming back to myself. With that said, guys, I want to tell you something very simple. Be very aware of the words you put out to the universe. I made a pact with God that for 5 years, I just want to be totally free. I'm going to generate income throughout the 5 years, but I'm going to spend it back all on having fun and living life. So for 5 years, I did that. And anything I tried where business was concerned, it did not work out because it was just not the time. 5 years later, boom, the dots were connected. Everything was good. In my 5-year search, approximately 3 years into the 5 years, I was given a complicated mathematical problem to solve. I looked at the mathematical problem and I had my brain scan it for approximately 2 minutes. I put the problem away and I went and I did something completely unrelated for 24 hours. The next day, I looked at the problem again, and within 2 minutes, the answers came to me. Today, I knew exactly what I did. But back then, I wasn't even sure. So when I got the answer, Cameron, I went to study everything that I found. I went online, and my primary numbers are My birthday, by the way, is January 26, 1981. So my primary numbers are 811. I learn everything with the numbers, Cameron, and I cross-reference it within myself through meditation, through asking genuine, honest questions, which you can only answer yourself honestly. And I found the answers that I was looking for. And now I live my life basically using the understanding of the numbers to make great connection with individuals and basically not competing, but dominating in any marketplace that I go into. Why am I going to accent the word domination, guys? If any of you started a business, you started a business with a vision because you wanted to do something great. And you didn't start to compete or have anyone else have an opinion on your vision. So make sure your vision is alignment with God and the universe and everything that's good, and go all in until you win, guys. And from January 26th, after I break the conversation, then I'm going to open up myself to start having consultations.
And talk to us about January 26th. What is January 26th? How can people participate and interact in that? What are you doing on January 26th? What time does it start? How can people engage with it?
All right. So on January 26th, I'm going to be opening up all of me to the public. Everything Sean Lashley will be open up to the public. You can come on camera, ask me any question. My goal on January 26th will be to bring individuals in alignment with themselves, bring family members in alignment with themselves, and then have the family member connect with each other for exactly who they are. I mean, Cameron, we had a call, you had a call that was scheduled for approximately 15 minutes. We were on the phone for about an hour and a half. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, I was telling people about that in the lead up to this.
Share with the audience exactly what that was like. We'll continue. Share with the audience exactly what that was like, Cameron.
No, I already shared it as I was introducing you, that my wife, who's camera shy, is just, you were sharing insight on myself, on my family, even my wife with their birthday. And then she was slowly easing over, and finally on the screen because she was pulled in to the captivating information that you were providing and insights as she was nodding her head and saying, yes, her child is like that. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. And we got a couple people checking in through YouTube. Sean, say hello to Mr. Robert Person, who says he can't wait for the 26th. And Glow says it sounds great. So how can people actually jump in to that program on the 26th?
So on the last 2 days building up to the event, the information will be all over. Everything I'm connected to, I'm going to be putting the plug on it. And here's what I say, Cameron.
What platform are you using?
Sorry?
What platform are you using?
The caption is going to be, I'll figure it out. I'll send you the info. You'll get onto your network. And I'm going to leverage all the networks I have to get the information out there. Here's what I say, Cameron. It's going to be a very big day. Nothing will be required from anyone. It will be completely free on my behalf. And anyone that's interested in getting an answer or looking at the unique perspective, they're welcome to do it. And just to give a metaphor as to what's about to happen, it's, think of Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone you can use to learn any language. And I'll be sharing a Rosetta Stone philosophy with individuals who want to learn a new language to be able to interact and connect with their families. Because the reality of the situation is a lot of family members are treating each other like they're someone else. And that's where the problem comes in. So with my perspective, it'll be showing you exactly who the individual is. You're going to come into alignment that, okay, so we can agree that this is how you are. This is what excites you. This is what turns you off. So if I want to have the best relationship with you, I'm going to focus on exciting you. My goal here is not to turn you off. And then we're basically going to be bridging family together. My real concern is this. If we can put families together, guys, we will have a better world. Because when you have your household in order and your families are acting normal, I mean, Cameron, one of the biggest things that I love with our conversation was the one son that you had that was completely different from everyone else. I was able to help that young man with a problem. I was able to help everyone to look at that young fella differently. What's his name again?
Leo. So he's a little different mindset, and Mr. Sean Lashley was able to identify that different aspect to his personality. And it was interesting because my son Leo was like nodding along and saying, "Yep, that's true. What you're saying, yep, that's true." And you know, he's a precocious boy that doesn't go along with something unless it jives. He's definitely a very individual kind of kid, even for a 12-year-old.
He's a disruptor. He's a disruptor.
Yeah,
he's a disruptor. And Cameron and everyone else in the house are so damn peaceful and united that this is the disruptor. And because he is the disruptor, no one understands him. So, you know, after the conversation and that was identified, then the family had a different opportunity to approach the disruptor differently. I mean, here, take a look at this man. Steve Jobs was a disruptor.
Yeah.
Sean Lashley is definitely a disruptor. And with what I'm doing on Clubhouse right now, guys, it's just insane, Cameron.
I want to get into what you're doing on Clubhouse. By the way, Glow says, Sean, you are right on point, especially during these times. And let me just point out that I've had the thought, you know, I don't know how things are going to shake out, but I've just had the thought, and I've, you know, shared this with my wife. And, you know, one of the things that's just interesting about him, my daughter is a high achiever. My 9-year-old Martine is incredibly outgoing. My 3-year-old, soon to be 4-year-old, is just an amazing kid. No knock to like anything that they got going on, but I often look at Leo and I say, my goodness, he is built for making money. He's got the attitude.
I know he is.
He's got the creativity.
That's it.
He's got it all going. And let me just share these things with you that are being said here. So Robert Person says he read all 5 of my grown kids and my wife. So he's talking about Robert's talking about Sean here. Sean read all 5 of my grown kids and my wife and I. We had a family meeting on the topic. It changed us. All right, and then Major Bell here says, who goes by Meiji Bell on Facebook, I will definitely be listening in. My siblings and my cousins' relationships are in shambles, and I haven't been able to get them together on the same page. It's mostly my siblings. Hopefully Sean can help us. So Major, yeah, I'll just hit me with a comment after this so I don't forget, Major, and I'll definitely connect you with Sean. And then the links are down below on YouTube and off to the side on Facebook, so you can connect with them now as you're listening. So Sean, you got some great testimonial from Robert, Mr. Robert Person. You got some folks in need out there. Major says he will connect with you, so that's great. And Glow says, this is so interesting. I've shared to my page. Thank you, Jen. So thank you so much for that, Glow. Sean, talk to us about how you are literally just up day and night on Clubhouse, what you're doing over there.
First of all, Clubhouse, guys, is the recipe for insomnia. If you think insomnia was a condition, you were just being prepared for Clubhouse. Since I got on, Cameron, I cannot get off, and it's an obsession that I embrace. Because what I've done is every commitment I had outside of Clubhouse, I have, without apology, ended all of it. And what I'm doing in Clubhouse right now is I'm forming meaningful partnerships. I'm forming meaningful sponsorship. Every house in Clubhouse, I'm willing to drop $1,000 a day in digital currency to get a mention in those rooms, and we're doing it. And before the end of this month, we're going to be partners with 100 rooms in Clubhouse. I'm talking the rebuilding of Black Wall Street. I'm talking about the Shark Tank. I'm going after everyone, Cameron. And with you, where you're concerned, is when you're ready, I'm going to leverage my existence on Clubhouse with your intellect and your wisdom and your ability to organize things. And we're going to create a Biz Dev Live on Clubhouse with much more impact than you're having right now. Because my thing is, you know, I'm so happy and grateful to be a Black man, especially in these times, because we're now rebuilding our economy. We're now accessing resources that we didn't even once knew existed. And what I tell to all my friends of a different race is, step one, we've spent hundreds of years helping everyone else with their economy. It's our turn to build our economy. And unapologetically, we are going to go after it very vigorously. And we're seeking, in fact, we're not seeking, we're demanding the assistance of anyone outside of our race to come in and play your support. We have spent hundreds of years being a guest in other ethnicities' houses. We're building our houses now. And we want to invite other ethnic backgrounds as a guest into our home.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm very resolved in that statement. And whenever you come into my environment, with Cameron or any of my friends of a different culture, I welcome you with open arms. and I introduce it to my people. Well, when I say my people, to our people, and I let them know that these guys are really good guys and they're here to add value. Because, one thing I can say about you, Cameron, is that you're more spiritual than human. And when I say that is on a spiritual plane, there's only one race, the human race. However, based on what's been happening within the news around the world, we had the Black Panther, the movie The Black Panther, when that was made. I remember what it did for me as a person. Like, when I watched the Black Panther, Cameron, I saw a future superhero of my 3-year-old son.
Yeah.
And right now, it was for us Black people, guys, in the audience, it was very touching for us. Because we grew up with Superman, Batman, all these characters that look nothing like us. But when we saw Boseman came and represented Wakanda, it was a moment. That was moment number one for me. When I saw that officer's knee on George Floyd, I make no mistake when I tell you this. If I was in the environment, I would have risked my life to save his. I would not be able to stand and watch that happen. It's just not in my being, because that was wrong. All right, because I wasn't there to be able to intercept. There's a video with George holding his daughter on his neck, and he was saying, "Daddy changed the world. Daddy changed the world." See, if you want to know what my motive is right now with our culture, with the Black and brown community, it's to prove to George that he was right. He did change the world. And because he's no longer here, there are individuals like myself who is going to resolve to adding tremendous value to wipe out all the injustice that's happening against our race, buddy. And this is nothing to be taken personal by no one. We all know what's happening out there in certain instances. And I'm just not one of the guys that's going to be very quiet about it. I'll be very loud against injustice. And I will use all our resources necessary to call it for what it is and keep the lights on. Now, with Clubhouse, guys, I tell everyone this. You can go to Clubhouse, you can open up your own store, that's not a problem. But if you want to be massively successful in Clubhouse, reach out to us. We're looking for partners. And Cameron, I'll give you up to 10 rooms together if you wish. And when you partner up with us, I'm giving away $100 in digital currency to every member that sign up to your program. And we tell them it's very simple. When you enter our program, you give us your name, number, and email. We'll give you $100 a gift. And we will solicit our products to you. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. But at least you're going to give us an option, because we believe in what we do. And we want to spread our message through you and others. So without any apologies, that's going to be one of the opening lines.
So let me say this, because you got Coach Lobaton here, who says best business strat ever. Keep it up, Sir Sean. You got, because I know you've been politicking with Coach, on the Clubhouse app. Major says that is awesome. Wow, can't wait to be a part of this. I know for a lot of people that hear like the sales pitch, and I know we started with the story, which I'm so glad, and you talked about a lot of the why around bringing, especially the Black community together, but people together in general. With the Clubhouse strategy, right? So you've been on a lot, you've gained a lot of following, you've built that up. And one of the beautiful things about the digital card is you're taking, because we don't honestly know if Clubhouse is going to be around in 6 months. We know that it's a good idea. We know that people are enjoying the platform, enjoying the interaction, enjoying the participation, enjoying being heard, and not necessarily having to do their hair and put on something fancy to make themselves look good in front of the camera, for all the pluses and minuses that brings on the platform. How are you connecting with people and giving them a platform to sort of grow their businesses through the cards? Because we talked about you providing the opportunity, open up these cards rooms, being partners with people. But what is the value prop, for folks partnering with Sean? I know one of the things. Oh man! Well, let me finish this question and this setup here. So, one of the things I talk about is, you could do a lot of digital cards out there. They don't seem to have all the options that 10K cards has. And they also don't come with Sean Lashley, right? And I think that's something, when people are building their personal brand and making sure that they're out there in the world and they're pitching whatever their product or service is, the understanding that your personal brand means something. I think, folks listening to your story today are really getting something from it. When you talk about, Black Panther, you talk about, the role models. I mean, yesterday with the inauguration, seeing Amanda Gorman up there, seeing Kamala Harris getting sworn in. I was in tears. I was also in tears when Jennifer Lopez, after 4 years of seemingly abuse for anybody Latino, said, "This land is our land," with the song and justice, right? So, I was definitely in my feelings. We're on board with the mission. Talk to us about the value proposition and how you're giving people a platform and building people up on Clubhouse and beyond.
All right. So thank you so much for that, Cameron. So this is probably going to be the biggest drop. And one of the reasons I appreciate speaking with you so much is that you give me an opportunity to bring a unique perspective of to exactly what we're doing. So 10,000 cards is blending itself with Clubhouse. And if Clubhouse disappear, 10,000 cards will basically keep everyone together using that platform. It's because what 10,000 card does, it puts all your contact information into one place, and it creates another network within a network. You build bonds, you get in touch with others, and then when you're all connected via the 10,000 cards network, if Clubhouse disappear, the 10,000 cards nation will be able to form itself anywhere else. And it doesn't matter what group where you go, you're now connected. That's what 10,000 card does. So that's something that I never really studied from that unique perspective, Cameron. So every time you go to Clubhouse and you get a digital card, you just got connected to the 10,000 cards network. So if Clubhouse disappear and another one comes, then all the members that have a digital card connects with each other, and then boom, you're back in business.
Yeah, and I love that. You're taking your online connections, whatever platform. If you're using LinkedIn, which
Yes.
I love. You're gathering those email addresses. There's certain strategies around that, and I just threw up on the screen for the people that are watching. Please post your questions. We got Sean on the line. He's amazing with strategy. We got the photo up on here because he has to tune in via phone today. We can't have him on the video, but Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The mindset is there. So please ask your questions. We're going to try to deep dive into your business. If you put up a question through the chat, wherever you're watching from, we will get back to you with answers to help your specific business. If you have questions about 10K cards, obviously we'll want to help you. But if you have questions about how to promote yourself, how to get onto the Clubhouse platform, how to do well on the Clubhouse platform, we can answer those questions for you. And Mr. Robert Person is saying, trying to help out here, why a digital card?
Very good. This is why, if you're an extrovert, then it's quite fine. You'll be able to maneuver yourself around any environment. But if you're an introvert, you're going to have a lot of problems expressing yourself. So what the digital card does, it makes you a 24-hour best version of yourself machine. I'll give you an example. You can do a 60-second commercial of who you are, what you do, who you have served, and how you can serve the client. You can put that into 60 seconds, and we can put that onto your digital card. So before somebody even speak to you, Cameron, they already have your story. Next to that, you can put your calendar onto your digital card. If they have seen enough about you and they're satisfied that, okay, I want to do business with Cameron, then they can set an appointment with Cameron. If you meet frequently on Zoom, you can put a link to your Zoom onto your digital card. And when it's time to have a Zoom meeting, someone just have to pick up your phone, click on Zoom, get in touch with Cameron. The best way to utilize Zoom is to put on the waiting room. Because if you're in a meeting with someone and there's an overlap, you can leave the new guest into the waiting room. So that doesn't affect your privacy and your confidentiality with the individual you're speaking to. So basically, the digital card is one central hub to put everything all in one place. So when you meet someone, like, let's say, for example, Karen, your audience love you, but your Instagram views is not high enough. Your YouTube following is not strong enough. We put it all in one place for you, and all your audience need to do, touch on the button, subscribe, touch on the button, like, follow, share. And that's how they start adding energy to all your platforms. Because if they know, like, and trust you, they want to support you. So why not make it easy for them to do so by putting everything into one central hub? And the most important thing is, when you save it onto your home screen, it serves you just like an app. So you have your own app, and it only costs you $100. Now, let's talk about the prices, guy. Cameron, this might sound crazy, but biblically, they say the secret to living is given, and they say the more you give, the more you get. So I've created a formula that I make more money giving away my product than actually having clients pay for the product. And I'll explain to you what that means. We have an affiliate program in place where when someone purchases a digital card for $100, they're enrolled to receive 20% commission on all direct sales, all direct introduction to 10,000 cards. And when I say direct introduction, if you share your card with someone, Cameron, and you walk but you never speak to them again, and they have your card, they can click on the button that says order yours now. When they click on order yours now, Cameron, you're going to get 20%.
And let me speak to this affiliate program thing. So this has been a relevation over the last year. And we got a question on the screen that I want to get you thinking about how to address as well, Sean. We got, how do I help you guys? This is from Major Belt. How do I help you guys? I don't have a business, which he's a trucker. He's with CMM Trucking, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Major. How do I help you guys? I don't have a business. I just want to be a part of this. It sounds like a great plan, and I'd like my sons to involve themselves in something larger than themselves. So, Major, give me some more feedback, either in the DMs or on here if you feel comfortable doing that about your sons.
What you can do, Cameron, send everyone to 10K cards on Instagram and let them all send me a private DM. I will respond to every DM. Just mention Cameron. Cameron is a caption, and then send your concern and your questions, and I'll take care of it knowing where it's coming from.
Right,
so beautiful. Everyone that mentioned Cameron, you'll get priority. Cameron is what's happening here now.
Yeah, man. So the affiliate thing, I'm going to just to speak back to that, Major, and for everybody else that's watching, you can be, if there's a book that you like, you can go to Amazon right now and sign up for Amazon affiliates. It's free. And so when you recommend that book to somebody, it's a small amount of money, but if you recommend a book out regularly, you can put that a page on your website or a page on your digital card, right?
That's right.
That has all of the affiliate links to the things that you recommend most often. So if you're always recommending something, you say, hey, I know that you want to find that book, or you want to find that resource. You can be affiliate with most of the services that you're using out there. If you just Google whatever that brand name and affiliate program, they exist. If it's a small business, small company that might not have it, available at your fingertips through Google, you can have a conversation. Hey, do you have an affiliate program? If I send somebody your way, is there a reward or an affiliate relationship that you create to do that? With so many of the organizations that I'm a part of, that is actually available. So it's maybe just a piece of business that you're overlooking. You're probably referring things like books and all that stuff anyways. So it's a great way for you to earn affiliate benefits. So what Sean is talking about is a little bit different than, some of these companies out here who are like multi-level marketing companies. The only person that's making the money is the big dog at the top. This is a service just like Amazon or anything else, and you can create an affiliate relationship where if you think the digital card is cool and you think other people need the digital card, you can send them a link and say, hey, if you get the card, it actually helps me out, or you can not even mention that, and then it'll just happen on the back end. So that is what Sean is talking about right now. And Major corrects me, he says he's at HOJ Transportation now. So I'm assuming still in trucking, right, Major? And he says, okay, copy that, Sean.
What Major needs to understand that he is a business. There's no such as I'm not in business.
Agree.
We all are in
Agree.
business. And, Major, inbox me, and I'm going to help to change your perception of what you're doing, because there's tremendous opportunity surrounding what you're doing right now. And because you already have the experience, we can turn the experience that you have into a tangible business. So that is easy. Number two, let's talk about the affiliate program. Anyone that actually owns the digital card will understand it is an amazing product, and it far exceeds the price that we're asking for it, which is only $100. So we have started the affiliate program, and I'm giving away 30% of customer acquisition. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this, guys. I'm not just about having a great product. I believe everyone should have access to this product. And I believe with the right affiliate link, we're going to have everyone introducing their friends and family to 10K cards. And when a financial motivation is involved, then at least we can know we're adding towards our wealth. So it's not to be self-centered. It's not about being greedy. It's not about just thinking of the money. It's about thinking of your family and how you can structure your family to benefit from multiple sources of income. Because one thing the pandemic has taught me is that if you don't have multiple sources of income, you're in trouble. So I wanted to partner up with the entire world to be a part of 10K Cards. And the reason I wanted to do it, I believe in the product. I believe in the mission. I've seen the transformation in lives, in individuals that's used in this product. And guys, we're going mainstream with this. We're going mainstream. Like Clubhouse right now, I'm being introduced to all the movers and shakers within the industry, and everybody loves the product.
So I want to take a different lane on this so that we're not just sounding like an advertisement here. Because
very good.
Right. So talk to us about the value of Clubhouse for folks that aren't on the platform, or they're on the platform but they're not really utilizing it. Because I see three big positions on Clubhouse. One is the influencer. It's a social media land grab. It's a hot commodity. People want to be on there. So if you have something of value to share, if you're Grant Cardone, if you're Tyrese, if you're somebody that's already popular, it is a social media land grab. And even for somebody that's a personality like myself and building up rooms and moderating, which I have a weekly room every Wednesday called What is Your Why? What do you need? And I've assembled an expert panel to really just focus in. We have D. Rand Anderson Hooper, Ramon Ray, who's a powerhouse, Alice Swan, who has built up a chain of franchising schools. So these are the type of people that are on the platform. I actually connected a new Ramon before, but it's provided the opportunity to reconnect with people that I've only just kind of met in sort of like literally hallway kind of positions, but now we're like in rooms and we're voice to voice. It just wouldn't have happened without the magic of Clubhouse. And then there's other people that I've walked into rooms. They're excellent moderators. They really have something of value to say, which is a little bit different than some of the other platforms where, YouTube, it's flashy. It's about, the YouTube thumbnail. It's about the algorithm. Clubhouse is really based on something you say. So that's the first thing. And then you got the second piece of somebody just, all right, I want to go on the platform and I want to learn. So you have a reason for the influencer to be there because there's an audience, and then the audience has somebody to listen to. And then there's this third piece of it where you can actually do business on the platform and bring people off the platform, follow you, but also create those business relationships that come off the platform and turn into real business sales. And I know that you've been doing that. So I want you to talk to the amount of success that you've had in terms of setting up these rooms, moderating, and bringing those online conversations to online and offline business.
Beautiful. So one of the things that we do is whenever we partner with someone, we make sure everyone gets a digital card. And, just to top off on one last piece on the digital card, and then we segue back into this, is everyone that comes into any one of my partnerships, Cameron, we give them a free digital card. No obligation. And the reason for this, again, this is not even something stereotypical again, but as a black man, I'm sick and tired of going to seminars and events. I'm sick and tired of seeing a great presentation. And then when the presenter said, okay, who's ready to take action? Because of the financial contribution, then I see too much of our culture get very quiet and act as though we were never in the room. So I want to keep that energy from the beginning to the very end. So everyone that comes to our rooms get to leave with a digital card. And when they get to leave with a digital card, we get to their name, number, and email, and then we can share the good stuff that we believe in. Because if I don't believe in someone's mission, Cameron, I'm not going to partner up with them.
Yes.
Because this is our company, this is our brand, this is our name. Now, I know, love, and trust you. And as I mentioned, I'm willing to do up to 10 clubs with you. So if you know someone that stumbled into Clubhouse, that have no clue what's happening, because if you're not strategically connected, Clubhouse is not going to be good for you. It wouldn't make any sense. There's too much noise. So we have a way of, like a magnet, pulling all the noise to where we want the noise to get the audience to come. Now, getting back to what Clubhouse really is, guys, Clubhouse have removed all the barriers to entry. Clubhouse have removed all the barriers to entry. You can get in touch with Elon Musk, Grant Cardone, Damien John, Billie Jean the marketer, anyone that you ever wish to contact, you can now do it through a Clubhouse setting. You can be in the audience, you can listen in, you'll get a unique opportunity to speak to them, and all of these things are all possible.
And let me speak to that 1 second. I was in a room the other night, and so that sounds crazy if you haven't been on this platform, haven't experienced it. But I was in a room just 2 nights ago, actually, with Manny Fernandez. Now, if you're not familiar with the name Manny Fernandez has been a shark on Shark Tank, right? So he's one of these folks that are up there regularly with Damon Wayans, and Damon Wayans has been on the platform. The original Shark has been on the platform. So many people, right? But he was hosting a Toastmaster style room. You raise your hand. It is a very giving platform. Manny in particular is very giving and provides space for people to speak. So you come up, you raise your hand. So it just really takes you to be, outgoing, or to either accept somebody bringing you on stage, which I've done with so many people, and given their first stage experience on Clubhouse, which it's an all audio platform. So what does it mean to be on stage? That you just simply have the ability to actually speak. You can be in the audience and you don't have the option to speak, but if you're on stage, quote unquote stage, you have the ability to mic or unmic your microphone and speak. So in very fair play, take a turn, that kind of thing, I was given the opportunity to kind of pitch my pitch in terms of public speaking. He held a very Toastmaster style platform. So I was there in a room with literally hundreds of people, some of which were very, very influential, like Manny Fernandez. I spoke, and then I connected with him on Instagram, and then also connected with him on LinkedIn. And he was talking to me not only on the platform, giving me feedback on my pitch, but also because we just had that moment on Clubhouse, interacting in the DMs on Instagram, connecting on LinkedIn. So that is the amazing opportunity with this platform, is that you get that, like Sean is saying, some of the barriers between you and this famous influential person are automatically broke down just by you putting yourself out there and jumping onto this platform.
Absolutely. And, you can literally go onto that platform, Cameron, and just be who you are, man. Look, I've seen so many collaborations taking place on that platform. Like, for instance, let me see, he's in the audience right now. Robert is in the audience right now. And Robert speaks so highly of you also, Cameron, because he's learned tremendously amount of stuff from you, and he's putting it into practice.
Yeah.
So whenever Robert will ask me, Sean, what do you think of this Cameron guy? I said, listen, if I tell you Cameron is a friend of mine, you open up your mind to take what Cameron has given to you. He's a very generous dude, very knowledgeable, very connected, and he genuinely wants to help other individuals just like myself. So whenever he's there to share something with you, it's because he wants to see you also maximize with who you are and what you're going after. Because make no mistake, Cameron, if you spend every day focusing on sharpening your skills and sharpening to get to the best version of who you are, you're going to have a major impact on this planet. Your thumbnail will be so big, people know what the heck to do with it when you're gone. So it's about keep doing what you're doing, keep being authentic to yourself, Cameron. And if I didn't think you were a compassionate dude, and I mean, look, your wife is from outside of your culture. What does that mean? You're an open guy. You're a human. You're a human. Okay, that's what I call it. That's a new thing from now on. We're looking to deal with humans. So anyone see themselves outside of the human race, well, they can stay right there until the sun come out. But until that time, let's try to keep attracting doing human stuff. And that's what I'm very excited about. So with Clubhouse, guys, I'm telling you, if you're not on Clubhouse, you have no clue what you're missing out on. And my buddy Rob, 1031 Rob, he's probably on this call or he's going to hear about it. I made a commitment to Rob that, Rob, I'm going to join your chapter next month. I tried in December, got too busy. When January came and I found Clubhouse, I said, Rob, I want to tell you in the nicest way, but you're never going to see me again if you don't come to Clubhouse. And shortly after he came to Clubhouse, and now, we're great buddies in different rooms. And I just want him to understand the platform clearly. And once you do, then we're going to form a partnership and start doing some extraordinary things. Guys, it's never been easier to get your message out there.
Yeah.
The opportunities you have to connect is incredible. Not talking about numbers again, Cameron, but I made $3,000 in 5 minutes after giving a pitch for 60 seconds. I have not been in any networking group that got that kind of impact and that results. I spoke for 60 seconds. My DM went overload, and when we checked, we had 50 requests for digital cards. Some we gave away, some clients made a commitment and they paid on the spot. So, with that said, guys, when I see results like that, I'm sorry. It's time to scale. It's time to scale. And anyone out in the audience right now that is dealing with any challenge, I can promise you this. Clubhouse is the place to be.
Well, and speaking to that and talking about the opportunity, I mean, I talked about that opportunity in front of Manny, Grant Cardone. They have these pitch things. You're getting these opportunities if you need help with your pitch. And I think that's really the amazing thing. There are rooms on there that are like follow for follow, and there's noise and there's craziness. You'll find Mr. Sean Lashley in some of those rooms.
In all of those rooms.
But there's most of the folks on the platform are amazingly committed to helping you, and in very polite and loving ways. We had a gentleman, his name was Olahiri, Olajiri, one of the two, on the BizDev Live show that we do every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Clubhouse, 5 p.m. Eastern. And I was like, I couldn't make out a word edgewise that this guy was saying. And, I put together a panel. My heart was in the right place, but I was like, I don't get it. It's not clear. And I
want to help him.
They wanted to help him. So they said, especially D-Ran Anderson Hooper said, listen, get it together. We'll come back to you. We don't want you to leave this stage without us being able to help you. I mean, think about that, guys. I mean, we got, I had 7, 8 expert panelists there, and there's somebody saying, listen, we're going to one-on-one, right? One-on-one help. I often talk about this in my mentorship and college and career preparatory activities at A. Philip Randolph Campus High School with soundbusiness.org. The thing that's missing in a lot of high school students' education, and then you can play that forward to our own education. You don't get a lot of one-on-one mentorship where somebody is just completely focused on you. So this audio platform provides this kind of really unique opportunity for people to really just focus in on you and your story. While you're talking, people are digging into your profile information, checking out your Instagram. It's a great way to get more likes and follows on your social media. That's the great thing with the digital card. You can bring people where you want them, especially if you got multiple places for them to be. If you got one place, then maybe that's the one link you want to put in there. But the digital card allows people to find you in a myriad of different places. You can go in there and get into my text if you want. You can add me to your contacts. So that's the power of the digital card there. But the idea that somebody's going to help you. So maybe your pitch isn't where it needs to be, and maybe you can't get all that you can from Clubhouse right now because your pitch isn't where it should be. There's people that are going to literally sit there and coach you. And so this guy, we gave him a chance, and I messaged him as D-Ran was saying, hey, we're going to give you, and I said, hey, I got into his DMs. I said, hey, can you write it out here? And so we wrote it out, and the writing was amazingly clear. His voice wasn't clear, and D-Ran gave him some resources to work on his vocal and speaking skills, but he was able to really expressly clear. He's an investor. He's somebody that's investing with other people's money and now nervous about that and wants some tips and advice how to do it. And our expert panel was able to provide that for him. You don't get many opportunities like that in the world, and that is truly the value, the special thing that's happening on Clubhouse right now.
Absolutely. And as I said, there's just never been a better time in history to be alive, Cameron.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't trade this time with anything else, buddy.
I agree. No. You can talk about the negative BS. You can talk about so many things happening. You can even talk about the knee on George Floyd's neck, which talk about low moment in our history. But we have been through lynchings in this country in times where, officials of this country would openly be in a Ku Klux Klan uniform. Right now, we see a lot more because we got everybody with a camera in their hand. But that also means that everybody's got a microphone in their hand. That means they have a platform in their hand, and you can touch more people and influence more decisions than ever before. And because we're seeing it, because make no mistake, it was always happening. The knee on George Floyd's neck was not near the first, and it probably, unfortunately, won't be the last, but we are closer today to a day where that stuff, because the problem wasn't that it happened, because there's always going to be people, there's always going to be monsters in the world. We have millions and millions of good people, and in that mix, there's somebody that won that negative lottery ticket. They had somebody that abused them in their life, and they're paying that forward, right? They're a product of their environment, of their genes, and there are going to be some evil fucking folks in the world. Excuse my French, right?
I love it. Now I feel part of the conversation. Let's go.
So
you had me here monitoring. I am literally meditating as I speak to you because I don't want to have the wrong word blurt out as yet.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just, it's hard to talk about this stuff and not get emotional.
And that's one of the reasons I respect you a lot, Cameron. You're not a bullshit guy. You're to the point. You'll break the rules. You'll tell us as this. I watch it. Some people, they're so cautious with their words that they miss the fucking point.
Yeah.
Like, forget being cautious. Get to the point. Get your emotions out there. Let it out. If this is what you're feeling, let it out.
Yeah.
Don't worry about being so politically correct.
And Robert Person's chiming in here saying social media today allows us to react faster and not to push the point too hard heavily on the digital card, but being able to change those links up, promote the next thing you got going on, that's just one of the many tools that you have. So being good with your technology and being good with promoting. Glow was on here earlier. Hopefully she's still hanging in there with us. But the other day I challenged her. She said, I want people to follow me on my Facebook page, and I want people to follow me on my LinkedIn and promote my stuff.
But the question is why? Why should they follow her? Why?
Right. Well, why? But also make it easy, right? So one of the big things, if you want to motivate people, right, you want them to get on a bus, you want them to march. Okay, where's the ticket information? Where do I go? Don't make it difficult for me to find it. I'm ready to go right now. You just convinced me. So where's the link? Where do I go? One of the things when we were talking, you were saying, well, put the 10,000 cards. I put the link up in the YouTube and the Facebook chat and on the screen so people can get to it. How has your
life become after doing that, Cameron?
Say again?
How has things become in terms of connecting? How easy is it for individuals to connect with you after you did that?
I think it's amazingly easy for people to connect. And so Robert was saying, kind of jokingly, that I didn't like his poetry video or spoken word video. And so my response to that was post it, right? So, one of the things we think when we post something up that everybody that's following us automatically sees it, and it's just not the case, right? There's just so much stuff going on. I have 4 children. I'm doing this program every day. I got BizDev Live networking on Tuesdays at 12 Eastern, where we're connecting people online. Robert Person's been a part of that. He's been a part of the Master Connection series on Fridays at 2 p.m. that you're going to be on tomorrow, which I hope everybody will join us for that as well. We're going to be talking about the power of telling your story. So, I mean, I think that, we're going to drive that point home on the why, but make it easy for people. And Adriana Wright says, keep up the good work. And Robert Person says, LOL, you're right. And I'm going to push him on this. I still don't see the link, Robert. Let's go. Go ahead, Sean.
Tell Robert to send me the link in my DM right now so at least I can get to watch the video while we're speaking.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it's time to look at his DM right now. So, look, Cameron, you're just an all-around good dude, man. And anyone on this platform that can't see your value, make no apologies for them. Just keep affecting the people that you're affecting. I have a very guerrilla mindset, a very guerrilla attitude. I believe in my message. And even when you met, after meeting with your family, you kind of clearly understood where I was coming from. My intentions are so good and it's so pure that I just want to basically unleash it to the world. But what you're allowing me to do is to take different strategies to have the world accept it rather than me giving it to them. So I really do commend you for that. And that's going to make a tremendous difference as to how fast I'm able to impact the world as a whole. So you have a big deal to do that, buddy. And whenever I can give you a plug, like guys, if you want to learn how to tell your story, if you want to learn how to monetize your story, if you want to learn how to make meaningful connections, you need to tap in with Cameron. Biz Dev Live, the Master Network, the Master Connection. No, tap into Cameron. Because when Cameron showed the power in who Sean Lashley is, then is when you can be connected to 10K cards. But again, I'm an all-in or nothing kind of guy. I want you to know about 10K cards. So that's all I'm going to speak about until the mission is over. And guess what, newsflash? The mission will never be over because we keep evolving.
So talk to me about the people that you want. We just got a couple minutes left here, Sean. Talk to me about the people that you want to connect with. Who are the people that you are dying to connect with? Who are the people that you need to connect with right now?
I want to connect with the people who are looking for answers. I want to connect with the people who know that there's a better life out there for them and they're entitled to it. Yes, you are entitled to a better life. I want to connect with the people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to connect with people who are sick and tired of being suppressed, knowing that there is a better way. I'm here to tell you that, yes, there is a better way. And I also want to connect to the people who are winning to ensure that they're winning organically, that they're winning and adding value to everyone on their team. So I'm here to root for the underdogs. I want the underdogs because they're only the underdogs because they have accepted that title. So come to me as you are with that title, and let's flip the script. I mean, look, I'll talk a little bit about Robert. When Robert came onto Clubhouse for the first couple of days, he was in a few rooms that I was hanging out in. And when Robert was activated, Robert went back to his job. Now, Robert's a black guy in America, making six-figure. It's not really the norm for a black guy in America to be making six-figure. Robert happened to be one of those few guys. Robert, after being inspired and listening to our conversation, went back to his job and said, guys, that's it. I'm done. They came back to Robert and said, well, Robert, we understand, we regret to see you leave, but can you give us 2 weeks? Robert said, out of integrity, I'll give you 2 weeks. Robert called back after a couple of hours and said, Sean, I understand that I should do this in terms of integrity, but I cannot. When someone's mind is made up, I told Robert, I said, Robert, you need to let the organization know that you are a threat to them for that 2 weeks. Because if you start sharing your new vision with everyone within the organization, everyone in the organization might just wake up. And instead of just Robert leaving, the others may leave. When Robert left, he texted me and he said, hey, Sean, I'm not going back. So I picked up the phone and I called him. I said, hey, Robert, what's up? I said, what's your plan? What's your immediate plan? He said, in 2 weeks, I'm going to have a website ready. I said, 2 weeks is not enough. I said, I'm going to put you in touch with all my guys. In 24 hours, we had a store up and running for Robert. We had Robert set up his S-Corp. Within 24 hours, we got his business registered and everything because it was time to take action. I said, Robert, the product is going to take 2 weeks to get into your store. We're going to launch your pre-order website. We've launched this pre-order website, Cameron, and Robert already made close to $1,000 in pre-order. But one thing I told Robert, those monies will be left for the merchandise that you advertised it for. So there's no misappropriation of fund. And Robert is a guy full of integrity, and I'm so happy and grateful to be in his presence and to be able to mentor and coach him for 2021. Because when we're finished coaching Robert for 2021, Robert will move from a six-figure earner to a seven-figure earner. Because the moves I see Robert is making and the aggression I see he's put into the marketplace, Robert is definitely my kind of guy.
And listen, Sean, this is the immense value that I love, and this is why I talk about you can go with a lot of folks, you can go with a lot of products, but you don't get Sean Lashley and this kind of personal mentorship piece, the access that you're providing to all of these tools to get your business up and running and your vision up and running. So the people that need to connect with Sean, will speak on his behalf, are people that want to make things happen and want to do things for their community, for their business, for their growth mindset. man, you got to connect with Sean. He is just a fireball of energy. He's a mover. He's trying to be on the front. I think I got to send the energy of getting more plans and structure to you, so that, you know, things like the 26th, we got all the stuff. We got the building up of, you know, the event on LinkedIn with names in there, and it just builds so that we can scale. I think that's something that, you know, if you got some help to bring for Sean in terms of structure and organization and planning, I really feel like that's something. And I don't know if he's sitting there on the other side. I can't see him, so I can't see what his face looks like right now. But I think that's something that he could definitely use, because I think when you are doing the big things that you're doing, you're all in. Like, you're 24 hours a day and you're going hard on Clubhouse. But I also want to see that event, you know, 24 months, 12 months from now, that is just building, because you know you got something on the horizon, and it's just a link, and people are just like, oh shit, there's this event coming up. And so it's just building on its own, because you're putting all this energy. It's out there on the horizon. You're not even thinking about it because it's so far away. But as it comes up, you already have the attendance built in. You already have the audience built in, right? And so these are things that, you know, you're putting all this energy. I want to see that building and that scaling of the horizon events on your calendar. I know Robert's building towards that with his brand, with his shoe, with the cultural fit. We're going to get him in front of a photographer soon, so he's got all these different images of himself to promote with his brand. He sent me some stuff with a model, and, you know, no disrespect to the model, no disrespect to the plan, but for me, I was like, man, you are your model. You are your brand.
That's correct.
You know, yes, bring other people in. I'm all about, you know, making sure that you're not the only person and you got the help you need, but focus on yourself first. Lift yourself up, lift your personal brand up first. That's what the digital card is about. That is what Sean Lashley is about. That is what the focus on the community is about. Lift yourself up. And, you know, this is something that gets said. It's a little cliche, but I'm going to say it here. If you're on a plane and it's dropping, the air pressure is going down, what's the instructions? Put the oxygen mask on yourself first, and then you can help others. Because if your ass is knocked the F out, you can't help anybody else. So make sure you're lifting yourself up. You're putting yourself in that position to really, really promote what you're doing. Make sure you make yourself look great before you start worrying about anybody else in your organization. You know, that is the way to do it. I see that example with Sean Lashley. That's why I'm so happy to have you on the show today. Close it out for us, Sean. Talked about where people can reach you. I'm going to throw the 10K card up on the screen once again, but talk to who you want to connect with, who should be connecting with you, and why.
All right, so first off, guys, in full disclosure, currently on my calendar to book me, it's $1,000 for a half an hour. After I make this speech on January 26th, it will go up to $10,000 for an hour. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this. I don't need individuals to personally connect with me. Come into Clubhouse where I am, and let's share with each other in the rooms I'm in. Because it's not about a selfish plot, but if you have the audacity to try to be selfish at my time, there's going to be a price on it for you. And every month, if I find I'm getting too much booking with a 10,000, I'm going to raise the rate again by another zero. And again, I say this is not to get the booking, but it's to get you to understand that your time is valuable. And if you come to Clubhouse, you're going to get me for free. Yeah. Because when you come to Clubhouse, you're going to meet other like-minded individual that can come together and collaborate and make things happen. For the young men out there that have no clue what his future holds, you don't have to worry about what the future holds. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Yeah. For the individual who has passed 50 and 60 years old and wondering what the heck is happening, have a conversation with Sean. Let me help you to connect the dots from the beginning to now and show you how you can now realign yourself and use all the experiences, which is all good. They're no bad. They're all good. Because you can choose one that you think was bad and you can share it to someone else to have them prevent that chapter from coming into their lives. So literally, guys, I'm open up to everyone. If you want to find me, go on to LinkedIn, Sean Lashley. In fact, no, I don't. My assistants check LinkedIn. Go on to Instagram. Go click on the link in my bio. And guys, you can find me right here. Go to LinkedIn. Go to Instagram at 10K Cards. Instagram at 10K Cards. I am most active on that DM. Okay, for that said, love you guys. Cameron is awesome. He's super amazing. Biz Dev Live. Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing. And I'm just going to speak to what the kind of thing that you're laying down on value. So many people have laid this out. There's only one Sean Lashley, but I think he's definitely somebody that has that Tony Robbins-esque presence, and somebody that is going to make that kind of splash.
I have to interrupt you. When I got to break it into my numbers, I actually wrote Tony Robbins an email. I used all the example that Tony used in all his seminars because I've done the research and I found the answer. And I wanted to find out, is Tony Robbins consciously doing everything he's doing? Because he's doing a great job. So when I wrote the email to him, he was compelled to respond back to me. Tony said, Sean, great, let's take it further. And then I thought about it and I said, you know what, Sean, you're going to invest for the next 5 years and you're going to create an ATM where what you do is not connected to what you're worth. So you're going to take care of the money, get the money out of the equation, so you can go to serve. So from January 26th, guys, I am going to be open to serving. I'm going to be open to serve, and I want mass numbers to give myself of them to free. If any small crowd or any small group want to be selfish to reserve me, there's going to be a hefty price tag to pay. Because my intention is to go to the masses and to share the word. Now, here's the good news. 5 years ago, I made a decision that I was going to share the stage with Tony Robbins. And I'm telling you right now, guys, take this note down. In less than 24 months, Tony Robbins and myself will share the stage. And this is why. I have tremendous love and admiration for Tony. And I want to take my unique perspective and add value to Tony's world and anything he's doing. Because all the great stuff that Tony Robbins is doing, the information that I have coupled with his own, he can absolutely increase his reach. Yeah. What 10,000 Card is doing for the world, that's what the information will do for Tony Robbins and his world. Take it away, Cameron.
I love it. And so basically what I was trying to say before that, and I love that because that sets the intention and it's setting those goals. So I'm going to love to follow that journey. This idea of, Sean is this larger than life ball of energy. You want to be connected with him for what you're doing. He's building this up. He's taking it away. I mean, he's going and he's trying to build a community through the 10K Card platform that is going to link people together and be a platform in itself. So that's going to be exciting as he continues to develop that and add features to the product that he's bringing forward. I just want to say, connect with Sean, get into it. You see folks like Tony Robbins, like Gary Vaynerchuk that really give so much of what they're doing away, and people still pay thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to work with these folks directly. So, if you're thinking that, I don't want to give it away, listen, Sean's a smart guy. Gary Vaynerchuk's a smart guy. Tony Robbins a smart guy. Oprah's a smart woman. These folks, they give it away and it comes back to them tenfold. So don't be afraid to give away everything you have. When you do that, you learn so much. You're able to give so much more because of the interactions that you have with people. So don't be afraid to do that. With that said, I'm going to let you close it out, Sean. Say goodbye to everybody. I'm going to give you the proper send out here. Everybody listen up.
With
Sean,
that said,
Mr. Sean Lashley. Go ahead.
And with that said, I'm jumping into Clubhouse right now and I'm opening up a room that's going to say the secret to living is given with 10K cards.
There you
Guys, come find me there.
Sean, thanks for spending this hour with me. I know we delivered some value for folks. Thanks, Robert Person. Thanks, Major Bell, Coach Glow. Angela, I know, was in here. I'm trying to go back through the comments and get everybody. Thanks so much for participating in this. If you like this, please share it, like, comment. We appreciate you. We love you. Sean, say goodbye.
Guys, thank you so much. We love you. And again, see you in Clubhouse. Be great. Don't settle for anything that's average. You were born to be amazing. Go claim it. That's it. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy.
Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.
Thanks for tuning in today. Obviously, we didn't have Sean on video, but he is amazing no matter how you get him, audio, video, whatever. Join him on Clubhouse. You're going to have a lot of fun with him. With that said, be awesome. You are special. You have something amazing to share with the world. I love you, and I'll see you around.